Who are you? Those of you right here on Facebook, those of you also on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, as well as the Leadership TKO Station.com's website. I do want to welcome you here to the Leadership TKO live night show. Welcome to the show, guys. Exciting times lie ahead, and I'm just excited to be here before each and every one of you on this evening. I'm praying, of course, that you all have had a pleasant day. And it's just been a beautiful day. And changes, of course, are here. And you'll definitely see what I mean over the next couple of days. But listen, welcome to the show. Okay, this show is something that goes live on Facebook, sometimes YouTube, and other platforms every single night, normally around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just wrapped up a stream on the timeline on Facebook, and so hence the reason why we're here at 7:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so welcome to the show. Welcome. I'm going to go ahead and check in on Facebook just to make sure all is well. All right, so if I'm looking down on my other devices just to make sure that we're good to go. All right, just checking in and making sure. So listen, I appreciate your time, appreciate you all being here on tonight. And so this show is just a part of the iLead company, as you can see. That's the hosting company for the brand Leadership TKO. And the purpose of the brand and the show is to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. Those are the three areas that we're intending to help you to be able to grow in. And I wholeheartedly believe in what my leadership mentor has shared really about leadership. He talks about how leadership is influence and how everything rises and falls upon leadership, everything that we do. You know, whether it's being a mom, being a father, being in the corporate space, or being a business owner, everything rises and falls upon leadership. And so hence, that's the foundation of the brand here, Leadership TKO. And so I encourage you, check out more information about Leadership TKO, even, of course, the book that talks about Leadership TKO. And you can find out more information by visiting www.leadershiptko.com. Okay, leadershiptko.com. And so listen, there are a couple of ways by which each and every one of you can participate in this stream. I'm just going to share with you what those ways are. So number one, you can like or love the stream, as you can see right here on Facebook or any other platform that you're watching or listening to this on. You can also comment below. There's a comment section. You can also ask questions. And I know there are multiple people from different places around the world, so feel free to chime in. Feel free to interact with one another. Mingle, okay? Mingle. And then also feel free as well to share this out on your timelines on Facebook, groups, fan pages, or wherever you feel led to sharing it. Go ahead and share this. I am definitely going to share this right now. Okay, I'm going to share this amongst a team of business partners of mine. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. Okay, so I'm going to share this with them. We call ourselves the Winner Circle. In essence, Wealth Builders Worldwide. Okay, and so for all of my fellow wealth builders, feel free to share this also to those that you care about, because we're really building people. That's what it's all about. So when content is shared online, why not share it out? Because we're all in the business of building people. And we know that building people, the people will then, as a result, build your networks or your organizations. So in addition to sharing it there, I'm also going to share it onto my official fan page on Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and share it there. All right. So that is being shared there. Awesome. And I'm going to just do one more place. I'm going to do a group. So I'm going to share it in a group. So let me go ahead and share it there also. Perfect. Okay, so look, I'm excited to be here. Don't know about you guys. I know we've been shifting some things up. My son is back in school. Many of you who are connected to me on social media, you also know that I do a Bible study, right? And so the Bible study even had to shift. We had to shift the Bible study. It was the first thing in the morning, get your daily dose, right, of the word. First thing, start your day off with the word. Now we're shifting it up to wrapping up your day with the Word of God. And so we're doing the Bible study at night. So it's like that late night word. So we're doing it about 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all of you night owls. And listen, I know if you have to get into bed, listen, you still can watch the replay of it the next day, sometime when you get off, if you're working, when you get off of work or whenever you like. So I wanted to share that with you for all of you who are wondering, where did the Bible study go? Is Lakeisha not doing the Bible study anymore? I am doing the Bible study, VBS. But again, it's going to be taking place at night because my son, he's actually engaging in virtual school. So I want to make sure he has what he needs as far as my support, and that's what's required. Okay, so we have to make some adjustments. So I appreciate your flexibility. For those of you who are going to be joining me tonight, that's right, we are going to be doing and starting our late night word tonight at 11 o'clock p.m. And so we're going to be streaming it from Zoom right onto Facebook. So you'll be able to see it and catch it there. All right? Awesome. So while I have you here with the night show, please remember that at the very beginning of a night show, what we normally do is we provide a bit of an appetizer in the form of leadership content. Yes, leadership content. And of course, I'm continuing with the content coming from Dr. John Maxwell's Relationship 101 book. Because as I mentioned like a couple of seconds ago, building our businesses and just really our families is all about relationships. It's all about relationships. And we have to work at this every single day. Of course, we know that the relationship first that we start with is with ourselves. And of course, for those of you who are spirit-led, establishing that relationship with God. And then, you got your family, you got your business partners, you got all of these different other types of relationships that we have to foster and maintain, right? There's a lot. It can be a lot, but you take it one day at a time. And I love, of course, the tips that Dr. John Maxwell mentions in this resource. So we're going to continue to plug into this resource right here. So there's a couple of things that stood out to me. Now, if you do want to get a notepad, you might want to go ahead and get that right now. Because Dr. John Maxwell, he throws it on you, okay? He just throws it at your hand. Here's another nugget. Wow, here's another one. So I'm going to try my best to remain cool, calm, and collected and take my time as I share this information, but at the same time, I want to respect your time, okay? So here's a question that he starts off with chapter 7. He says, what is my most important relationship? What is my most important relationship? And then he leads in with this statement: succeed at home and all other relationships become easier. Succeed at home and all other relationships become easier. So we're talking about spousal relationships. We're talking about relationships with parents, relationships with your children. We're talking about all types of relationships, but he really does go in about relationships with your significant others or your spouses, okay? And he talks about this very, very importantly. He talks about his marriage within the book itself. And then he talks about how good marriages and strong families are joys, but they don't just happen on their own. You really have to work at it every single day. And so he says, if you have a family or you intend to have one in the future, he shares a couple of guidelines that we should be taking a look at. Okay. And it's helped his family. And he says he believes that it can help strengthen ours as well. And so he begins to lead into a couple of points on how to strengthen our families. And so one of the points that he mentions in this chapter is this: express appreciation for each other. Okay, so for those of you who are married, let me just mention this, okay? You can go along in the relationship, right? And I'm just speaking based on experience and based on what I've observed. You can go and engage in day-to-day routine and totally overlook this principle here. Because in your mind, it's what's expected. And perhaps you might have even said you appreciate the person internally. But it's nothing better than being able to verbally, of course, go to your spouse and let them know that you appreciate them. I appreciate you and all that you're doing. Now, it's not you in your mind. You can't go about saying, "Well, this is something you need to be doing anyway because it's your role, it's your responsibility." We know that that person knows that, but there's something different about saying that you appreciate them. Those words can make a huge difference in the relationship. When you just express appreciation for that individual in what they're doing, okay? Not measuring how much they're doing, but appreciating them, showing your appreciation for even what they are doing, okay? That is critical to relationships. And okay, it just makes the person feel good. It would make me feel good. It would make, of course, my husband feel good because I am expressing that I see what he's doing and I appreciate it. It's valued. Okay, what he's bringing to the relationship is valued. It's valuable. Okay, so again, express appreciation for each other. That's one point. Now, another point that's mentioned here, oh my goodness, structure your lives to spend time together. For the people in the back, for the couples who are dating in the back, for the couples who are courting in the back, for the couples who have just got married, those of you who've been married for umpteen years, listen, Linda, listen, okay? Look, structure your lives to spend time together. If you're not careful, this is what will happen. One person is going this way, the other person is going this way. All the time. Never coming to a point where you come together. What is that? You have, let's see, your roommates. That's what's going on. Your roommates. Are you really married or are you just rooming together with some French benefits? Okay. Can I just be honest? I'm just being honest. Can I just be honest with you guys? Structure, plan. Now, of course, there may be some people that say, well, I'm that spontaneous person. Well, listen, if you have a busy schedule, you're going to need to plan all that stuff in there. You're going to need to take time and say, let me see your schedule and look at my schedule. Okay, when can we plan to do a couple of things, whether it's one time coming together per week, doing something, okay, where both of you enjoy. Okay, so again, you got to get that structured time in and make it count. Okay, and it can't just be all about you. All right, you got to work together, got to compromise, you got to work that thing out. Okay, I'm hoping, of course, that you're realizing and understanding what I'm saying. Now, here's another point that he also mentions: deal with crisis in a positive way. Crisis in a positive way. What we're clearly saying is there are certain things you need to take note of. How do you deal with crisis when it comes up in your relationships? How do you deal with that? Now, inside of this chapter, he gives a couple of tips. John Maxwell, he's on it. I'm telling you, he's on it. He said, here are some strategies to help you with the problem solving process. So if you're trying to solve a problem in your relationships, these are simple. This is real simple. But for some people may make it difficult. Listen up. Here's the first point of addressing or the problem-solving process. The first part, attack the problem, never the person. Woo, that'll preach right there. Attack the problem, not the person. The problem. Some people say, well, what if the problem is the person? What if it isn't? Okay, what if it isn't? What is at the core of the issue? What is at the core of the issue? Okay, always try to be supportive of each other. Remember, you're all on the same side. So don't take your frustration out on people. Instead, attack the problem. Step 2, get all of the facts, the entire situation, all of the facts, not part of it. Nothing can cause more damage than jumping to false conclusions during a crisis. Don't waste your emotional or physical energy chasing down a wrong problem. Don't waste your time. Before you try to find solutions, be sure you know what's really going on. Okay, what's really going on? Now, here is the third point that he makes, of course, in this process of problem solving. List all the options. Now, okay, now this might sound a bit analytical, he says, but it really helps because you can look at emotional subjects with some objectivity. Okay, so besides, if you had a problem at work, you would probably be willing to go through this process. Give any family problem at least as much time and energy as you would a professional one. Okay, so that's what he's saying there. So after you've listed all the options, he says, choose the best solution. Now, I think that that's self-explanatory, right? Choose the best solution when there's a problem that you're trying to solve. And he says also, look for the positives in the problem. Look for the positives in the problem. Okay, no matter how bad things look at the moment, just about everything has something positive that comes from it. Okay, so that's what he says there. And then the final point when it comes to the problem solving process is never withhold love. Let that marinate. Never withhold love. No matter how bad things get or how angry you are, never withhold your love from your spouse or children. Sure, tell them how you feel. Acknowledge the problems, but continue loving family members unconditionally through it all. Unconditionally. Whew! He's a breach right here. Let me go over it. I'm not going to go over the detail, but he says first, attack the problem, never the person. Get all the facts. List all the options. Choose the best solution. Look for the positives in the problem. And then never withhold love. Okay? Never withhold love. So that's how he says, when it comes to dealing with the crisis in the positive manner, these are the ways to problem solve. That's the process right there. Now, in order, of course, for you to truly, truly have what? A strong family, he also mentions communicate continually. My goodness, for all of my busy couples, busy families out there, you have to take the time, bring it on home. Remember back in the day, we used to be able to come together at the table, right? And lay all your issues down, put all your burdens down, right? And discuss what's going on with one another. But because life has become so chaotic for some, now this pandemic should have brought some people together, families together, whether it's by way of Zoom or within your own home. It should have brought you together so you can talk about these issues and communicate more. And so I'm hoping and praying that it has done that for you. I know it has done that for us, okay, even more so. Now we communicate now. Granted, you all probably know that I'm more of the outspoken one in the relationship, whereas my husband, he's straight to the point. He's like, this is what it is. This is what it is. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. And I'm like, what? That's it? That's all you got? So, but of course, knowing him for these many years, I know that he's going to give you the point straight, and that's it. And not try to pull so much because that's it. That's all he's going to give. And so I don't frustrate myself looking for more because that's what he's giving. So if God gave him just that, that's what it is. Okay, so I don't frustrate myself over it. But here's the deal. Okay, you still got to communicate continually. You got to talk about these things. Even if you've had busy days or weeks, plan times to come together out of the day and say, okay, we're going to come together and talk. Just get caught up, find out how things are going, what's going on in your mind, what's on your heart, how you feeling. Just common stuff. You got to talk about it. It doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be deep, okay? But you do want to have some conversation and some dialogue, all right? I'm going to stop right there with this appetizer. I done gave y'all one of those Florida appetizers. I went to Florida one time, side note, real quick. And of course, went to a restaurant. It was a super appetizer. That appetizer was more like a meal. It was able to feed like 2 people as a meal. 2 or 3 people, really, depending on your appetite. So that's the type of appetizer I just gave you, okay? I didn't even get to the points about, ways to enhance yourself because you all know a major part of what we do is providing a main meal where I give you some great content, whether it's, general business building or pertaining to those of you building a network. And so I've been going in sharing some nuggets from my journal and from my experiences, from my mentors and coaches on how to really thrive as a network marketing professional. And I'm going to give you a nugget or two, but I'm not going to keep you long. That appetizer right there should have done it. Okay. I don't know how much you're going to be able to hold after that appetizer, but I'll give you perhaps maybe 3 nuggets. Okay. I want to over deliver. And so let me give you these 3 nuggets that I have as it pertains to my experience in this industry of network marketing. Now I don't have a network marketing opportunity. I'm connected to an e-commerce company, but I build a network through the opportunity. Okay. So here's a point I want to make. When you are in network marketing, yes, you do need to set some goals for yourself, right? You do. You really do. So set your sights on the goal, right? Consistently meet the steps outlined in your plan, whatever that simple plan may be. But don't make excuses. Don't make excuses. Whatever it takes, just do it. Implement the plan. And I love my mentor, Mr. Ty Best. If you're watching this, Mr. Best, if someone shares this with you, listen. I like the fact that you keep it simple. Okay? I love the fact that you keep it simple. Man, save a lot of gold, tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. You and Mrs. Best, I'm telling you, mwah, mwah, mwah. I'm telling you, you keep it simple for everyone to understand it. Everyone can implement it. I'm telling you, you will make a lot of money if you keep it simple. And that's simply what we're doing as wealth builders. Okay? Here's another point that I've observed. Not saying that I've done it because I've been warned. No, don't do it. Okay? Of all the possible fiascos that comes from, the administration of your organization that you're building, buying in for your downline or teaching them to do this for their partners who come on board is the worst thing you can ever do. Do not continue to buy people in. Well, if you agree, here's an example. If you agree to come in and join me in the business, I'll buy your package. What? So we know what's going to happen. You're teaching them to do that same exact thing. So they're just going to duplicate that. And when the others when they can't duplicate it because they may not have the cash to be able to do that, your business is going to be stunted. It's not going to grow. Okay. And what I love about the e-commerce company that we're plugged in, listen, you can come in for free and you can get to that point where you can get a package if you want, and you can still make money in the free position. So there's no need to try to buy someone in. Don't use that as a way to get people in. I'm going to buy your package if you do this. No, I know. No, I don't want people to follow that example and feel like they have to do that because they're looking at what you do as an example and they will do what you do. Okay. You will do what you do. All right. Okay. Here's another point that I'm going to mention tonight. And this is my final point because I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of content. I know I probably already did. But here's one last point for tonight, okay? Network marketing is a business of distributors, depending on what you're distributing, okay? It's a business of distributors building their own front line, okay? And teaching other people how to duplicate that process. So I come in and I share this with 5 other people, right? They're like, cool, I'm in. I'm going to do whatever I need to do, whether they get a package or not. Now it's, of course, their responsibility with my coaching, with my guidance as a mentor to help them do the same thing. So now they're in, and now I'm encouraging them and helping them to bring in 5 people. Now, I mean, that's just a goal, a target that's on average is good for people to obtain, or 2 to 5 people, right? And you just duplicate the same thing. That's it. And that's how you build depth in your organizations, because you're teaching people to duplicate, rinse and repeat the same simple steps, which is what I just shared about what Mrs. Best recommends. Save a lot of gold, tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. We just do the same thing. And if you want to make more money or a lot of money, again, even more, kind of double, 10x what you're doing. Okay? Increase the number of people that you're talking to. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. So tell more people about what it is you have your hands on. And then your organization will grow by leaps and bounds. I'm a living witness. I tell people, I said, look, most people won't believe, but I love, of course, to cherish. I love talking with people. I love interacting with people. I love being able to empower other people. But of course, as a people person, there is a time where you need time to yourself to replenish yourself, to really restore your energy. You need times and moments of being poured into, but at the same time, I love being able to empower people, and I love being able to share my story, which definitely gives you that ability to relate and connect with other people. And as a result, because people hear about your vision, they hear about your story, they hear about where you've come from, they feel and sense that level of authenticity, that you're a real person, that you've once been there, exchanging hours for dollars, right? Whether self-employed or employed, you were exchanging hours for dollars. And now, of course, you're in this position where you're able to spend more time with your children, and people want to do that. You don't have to worry about, flow of income because it's coming in. You have several streams of income, and people want that. Most people, they go to work, they have all these side hustles. Why? Because they want money. What is the opportunity that all of us who are wealth builders have? What is the product that we have? The product is money. So if you can share with people how they can get the results they're looking for and how they can obtain even more cash flow so that cash is no longer an issue and a lack of time is no longer an issue, then they're going to say, well, what is it that I need to do? How do I get started? And that's what I've been sharing with people. And so now close to 600 people have plugged into this opportunity because of the information that I share. And being authentic, being able to let them know that I'm here to support them as a mentor. People want to know that you're going to be there. They want to buy into you as the leader, you as the visionary. They want to be able to connect to something that's real, a person who is real, a vision that is real. And so I encourage you to think about your story. Think about, who you are as a person, and allow that to ooze out when you're doing live streams. Allow that to ooze out when you're posting content on social media, when you're talking on the telephone. Let them sense that. Let them, of course, feel that positive vibe or whatever it is that you want to call it. Let them sense that. Okay. So listen, I appreciate your time on tonight. Look, there's some amazing things coming down the pipeline. And if you're trying to figure out, well, Lakeisha, what is it that you do? You're talking about cash flow, multiple streams of income. Our product is money, and you can plug in for free. And we make money while we sleep. This can be you. Okay. I have wealth building partners watching this. Listen, we're plugged in, but we're just inviting you to come on board. We are already in. We're already connected. And we would love for you to be connected as well. We want to help you. So if you want to learn more about what it is that we do, inbox me or the person that shared this with you as soon as possible. Don't delay, because I'm telling you, your life will change for the better. And as a result, it will help change your children's lives, your grandchildren's lives, and your future will be drastically changed by the simple steps that you can take. So again, thank you. And listen, even beyond getting back with the person that shared this with you, you can also tune into a presentation that's going to happen tonight. That's right. One of my colleagues, Mr. Al Murray, we call him Mr. Bustin' Loose. He's going to be doing a presentation tonight. He's going to be sharing information about this wealth building system that we're all plugged into. You'll get the details and some tonight at 9:00. And so there's a simple way that you can plug into this presentation that Mr. Murray is going to do. All you would need to do is go to www.goldrocks.info. Go to this website. Make sure you download Zoom first, because it is going to be on the Zoom Cloud Meeting app. And then go to that website, goldrocks.info, at 9:00. Now make sure, that's Eastern Standard Time, make sure that you get in contact with us. Inbox me or the person that shares this with you, because you're going to need a password. It's password protected. So make sure you contact us, and we'll make sure you get everything that you need. So listen, I appreciate you on tonight. Thank you so very much for watching the show. And we're going to be back tomorrow night. Now listen, it may be a little bit earlier, okay? It may be, just maybe a little bit earlier, simply because there's some training going on tomorrow. There's a huddle. We have these things coming up, and I don't want it to clash with getting your attention. All right? So listen, thank you, appreciate you, and until the next time that we come together again, I do encourage you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone, and God bless.